time. So much things to say. Rumor about they got the rumor without humor. They don't know what they're doing, yeah.
Greetings, this is G Vibes, and you're listening to the Prophet Kwaku on the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show. Stay tuned, stay locked to the Prophet Kwaku on the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show. This is G Vibes, and you're listening to the Prophet Kwaku on the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show. Stay tuned, stay locked to the Prophet Kwaku on the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show.
Itepe, Ineke, J.R. Senebe.
I will do anything to materialize.
In tune to Nubian Forum People's Talk Show, live on the rock, 926.com. And you know I'm gonna weed about this tune here, cause you know why I play this tune here? Because it's his reparations we are dealing with, you know. And there's a lot of guilty people. Who get where them say? Murder.
Guiltiness.
So fire for the wicked who engage in the capturing and enslaving of our ancestors. Fire for those who partaked and collaborated with the wicked.
The big
fire for the weak heart
the small fish
who couldn't stand up in the face of adversity. Fire for those of you who's giving up on your culture and embrace foreign doctrines.
Let them know till you don't press us. They eat the bread of sorrow. Guiltiness.
Tell you them guilty.
Rest on their conscience.
Who are they? First of Messiah, first of August, the annual African Emancipation Day, reparations march. Leaving from Brixton Windrush Square, southwest, all the way to the devilment, them call Parliament Square. Big up on yourself, all those who's been there. Live link number, if you're tuned in, 07 539 695 245.
Fire blaze non-stop.
Fire blaze non-stop, hear that?
Greetings, this is G Vibes, and you're listening to the Prophet Kwaku on the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show.
Hear the song, black people, African people.
Fire blaze non-stop.
Fire blaze non-stop.
Yeah.
Fire for all the traitor them to African culture at home and abroad. Bonafire upon all the weak are them who succumb to the suppression of the enemy. For the biggest fire is for the wicked. Enemies of African people. Fireful. Remember the live link number and the text number 07539695245. If you log in, just send a text in and say, Prophet will log in. So I wasn't going to do my show today. But I said, no. People are weird for it. And I just feel like talking. I feel like talking. Feel like fi burn the fire. Upon the wicked them higher. Feeling said they vibe. Feeling said they mood. Want to mash up the place and want to get the people rude. I will not chat nothing on the station crew. I did Kwaku comfort. I said that guilty. Just I feel the vibe, Just I feel the vibe. No for them guilty. There's those of us who's guilty of forgetting and working towards the elevation of the future. Guys, but we and I we there right now, We are live it. Whatever the situation, we are live it. About the future. Your children and mine. Our children. Enough for them guilty, I continue the manga easy. I wrap up in the manga easy and it's like a whirlpool. I don't care you try. Just dung in it. Yeah. All tech people, J.R. Senebe. Divine peace, long life, stability, and good health. You're in tune to Nubian Foreign People's Talkshow live here on Rock 926.com. Inside with the Prophet Kwaku. Live upon your earwaves, upon your Ethernet and your internet and your fiber optic and your copper. Me there. This week I want to talk about something that's personal to me. We spoke about it some weeks ago, and the show wasn't long enough for it, and I did say I would revisit it, and I'm going to revisit it today. But before I do that, I want to rise up in force of the universe, the omnipotent being, that which is greater than ourselves, that which has many names. Umare, Nkulukumkum, Kwame Blafo Ashe, Mungo, Amanra, Ja, Ashe, Ashe. I want to rise up the Simpson family. My sister will move on. Pam, gone to the ancestors. Neville All family, big up on yourself. Both, Neville's funeral was last week and Pam's 9-night was last week, and our funeral will be on the 12th of this month. We're on the first, or was it the second day of July or the first day of July? Which one is it? I think it's the second day of July. Summertime. The weather nice, sunny, hot. I want it to get hotter for burn out the wicked. The hotter I get, the sweeter me feel. I want to rise up all those who are out there doing something for the benefit of our people, not their selfish benefit. Because oftentimes my brothers and my sisters, and my enemies who are listening. Most of the things we do in life, we do it for selfish reasons. We do it for ourselves. We don't do it with other people in mind or with our community in mind. And hence why our community is a fragmented community. Hence why nothing now really go on for we, so to speak. And so you find, say, we as African people seem always to be in the background of things that is happening. And that's primarily because we don't engage in anything that is better for our people. And so we are there to strangers, and we aspire to do the thing for strangers. You know, I'm a Pan-Africanist, true and true. I'm here only to try to elevate myself and to elevate my community. That's why I'm here. That's why I do what I do. That's why I spent so many years working with other great people in our Saturday school called Nubian African Community Foundation School. That's why I spent time going into prisons at one time, you know, mothers and babies home, delivering lessons, running courses. That's why I get active in what we call black activist work. And that is why I'm active in the African Emancipation Day Reparations March. Because I know that in only doing this work can the future be bright for our children. You see, where we live, the people have a plan for our children. But we must have a plan too for our children. We must have a plan for our children. We can't allow these people them, to be planning for our children, and we now plan for repeating them. Yeah? So we have to counteract any plan that they have got out there for our children. And how we do that, we engage in activities that's strictly directed to our children. And so, for me, the Saturday schools is very dear to my heart. I'm very passionate about the Saturday schools. I'm very passionate about the work that volunteers do in the various Saturday schools that are out there for our children. Yes, you want your children to aspire in their academics, and it's important. And you know, I will say this to people who's got their children here. I got a thing that I said to my children, that satisfactory is not good enough, average is not good enough, and good is not good enough if you're here living amongst the wicked. If your child is average and for them children is average, who you think them gonna choose? 8 times out of 10 they're gonna choose their own. So you have to create and make sure that your children know the score from an early age. You see, people, in life, you know, we all have relationships. And under the Mangamizi, these relationships, they are successful or they're unsuccessful. Some of us have multiple relationships. Like myself, I've had multiple relationships. Some of them was successful, some of them was unsuccessful. Some of them last for the time that they did. But what I want to say today is that over the past few, there's so much stuff has happened in the past, I'd say, couple of years. We've had this so-called Britain leaving the European Union. Before that, we had cash for questions. We had the expenses scandal. We had all of these things. And then we had the Windrush scandal, which most of us knew about long before it was printed. And there's many, many more. But one of the news that permeates above them all is the crime amongst young African children. The stabbings, first there were shootings, then there's stabbings, and all sorts. And then out of that comes the fact that people could, they always try to tie it to the dad. The dads are not there, no father figure, and all the rest of it. And sometimes that kind of sickens me, because I feel that the father side of the story is never told. You got a lot of these women them out there that play victim. Yeah, they play victim, but they are cunning little foxes, and they use children as a weapon against the men. They conjure up fairy tales, lies and deceit. And what they do as well, they corrupt your children against you. And I'm talking to this because this is personally happened to me, and not for the first time. You see, I want to talk to my queens out there. I want you to hear me good. When a man takes interest in his children, and a man is trying to show their son or their daughter a particular route that they need to move on, even if you don't agree with my saying, you should never make that known to the child. You should hold your mouth. And even if you're not talking, you should give the child the impression that you defend what the father say. But because a lot of women's bitter and twisted mentality, you have to remember that children lie, Children tell lie, And children don't always tell the story the way the story come across. And what them do now, the woman them, because them have government backing and all them something there, take liberty with man. Now I know enough man. A man called me, a man was crying to me about how the fact that his daughter's mother keeps preventing him from having access to his child. Now you don't hear these stories, and I know I covered this before, but this is a personal thing here right now. See? You don't hear these stories. You always, because I listened to a station the other day and you hear the women ringing up, cussing down the man them and the man them, this and the man them that. But what you don't hear the man version of things. Some man just walk away, because of where the woman there is concerned. If they don't walk away, that's why you see in America, that's why you see, when you see some of them people, man, take gun and go around and shoot down and kill off one whole heap of people, you have to wonder why. And this is all part of the mangamese. This is all part of it. You see, women assume that giving money to children is raising them. No, it ain't. It just keep a roof over their head, food in their back. That's not raising them. That's protecting them. That's clothing them. Raising them is preparing them for the terrain that they live in. Them live at Britain. Them not live nowhere else. Yes, how them live. And every day you look in the news, you see how they portray our children. Now they want to portray our children as homosexuals, lesbians. The new thing, was it LBGT? And now the next thing is transgender. This is an attack on our community to corrupt them. Oh, see, the head of state. You think William and him brother and all of them people, them can come talk about them are transgender and them are, even if them are that, them can't express that. That me I tell you. See? You know, see already them pull up the little Meghan Markle girl because she do something out of the ordinary. And them sure say, we not do them thing there. And so we move. So you just step in line, you know, my girl. This is the terrain that our children live in. You think lions and tigers and cheetahs and hyenas and African dogs and all them kind of predators, you think they kill for the love of it? They kill because they have to eat. Because if they don't eat, them starve. So they train, their cubs, and them puppies from an early age. That here what? We kill these animals, you know. But we don't kill them because we're horrible. We kill them because it's our food. And we have to eat them. And when them eat done, the jankro them wait and them come clean up everything. And when the jankro clean the things, the little insect them now break down everything and everything just go back to normal and the cycle start again. Remember say, you know, a man make a music say we're living in a concrete jungle. And it ain't no plaything. So when we're sitting down there and sitting out there and allowing our children to think that, you know, everything is Chris, we're setting them up for failure. You cannot pamper your children in this time. Now say you can't love them and hug them and tell them. Can me tell my youth them say me love them all the while. Me always tell them say me love them. But me have to come and be real and truthful with them about where them there and who them a live amongst. Because they got a plan for our youth them. We don't control nothing. Just a little, we don't even control a little space where we buy. So we got to be real with our youth them. We got to tell them from an early age who the enemy is. And what they have to do to protect themselves against them. We cannot allow our children to think that just because they are children, there's some favoritism stuff must go on. No, we can't do that. Because when they grow up and get into that real world, they're going to meet up on a real problem. And them same one are going to turn around and tell you, say, you never prepare them for what was to come. Too much of them something are going, and it hampers the advancement of our people. Children is not some little toy or something you dress up in and dress them up and all them something like dolly. And that's what enough people do. Dressing up them children like dolly and all them things, them and give them all these things and all them things. And when them grow up now, no manners now and want certain things and them can't get and start go lick down people on street feet, you wonder why? When them turn mad and insane, you wonder why? You know, I was riding my bike the other day. I ride on a side road in Brixton, Yeta Road it was. I was riding down one evening, and I'm riding, and a youth got in my way, and I kind of moved one side, and he said something like, "Boy," so I stopped my, about 6 and I stopped my bike and I turned around. So what you said to me, son? I goes, "Oh no, I wasn't talking to you, big man. I wasn't talking to you." I said, because if you was talking to me, it's a compliment. Because if you feel me look so young, me give thanks. So the youth them start laugh. So they were smoking weed. So I said to him, let me tell you something. I said, if you can give that up, if you can give it up now, I advise you to give it up right now. Because you see that thing you smoke, I know the real deal you smoke, you know. Them thing they were saying you mad. They've designed that thing to mad Uno specifically. And the youth them a smoke and them kind of, you know, them when you talk to them kind of Them not being rude, but them just walk away for like such. I don't know why you say, but them not gonna say that. And one of them walked over me and says, "Big man, hold on a second." Because you know what you're saying is true, you know, because boy, I don't smoke that no more, you know. Because them man, they got me to try it one time, and I tried it, and he said, "Give me." And this youth spoke to me for about 10 minutes. And I listened to him, and he was saying to me that his friend them saying he's soft because he don't smoke. I said, "You're not soft, son." That goes because the same thing happened to me when I was a youth. I'm not into them things. I don't smoke them things. I don't smoke cigarette, ganja, drink alcohol. I don't touch them thing there. The only time you see me touch alcohol is if I'm sick. I'm a rub little white rum on my head. I mix it in a milk concoction and drink it. Other than that, me not touch them thing there. Now, I'm not saying that people mustn't, but everybody must know them limits. And that young man spoke to me for about a good 10 minutes. And when I done, he said, "Thank you for listening." I said, "Nah, man, go on you. Yeah, use your sense." He said he thought it was just him thought like that. Come all of his friends them smoke. And I said, when I was growing up, most of the man them I did move with smoked and drink. It never made me want to do it. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people do things because everybody else does it. But there was a young boy wanting to listen to me. So, you them are not all bad. So don't keep blaming it on the fathers. Because if there's enough man out there who's trying their best, to the best of their ability, to engage with and work with them children. And the woman just use them as some weapon. I've known that for many years. Even when I was a youth, when I had my first youth, then when I was a youth. Same rubbish. Same foolishness. Because you're bitter and you're hurt, you're going to prevent the children, the father, from having access to the children, and for the children to roll with the father on certain things. That's how they play. And then they want to play victim. You understand me? They want to play victim. When men is talking to their son and roughing up their son, the woman, sometimes woman for us quiet on herself. Rest up on herself, man, and load the man for chat to him youth. Because it's not unless him abusing the youth, or kick down, start up, step up in, and all them something there. You know, just shut up your mouth. Sometimes for the shut in the mouth, man. May I tell the truth? Because you know this thing here, where, you know, true uno have them now, is uno can't talk to them. You understand me? And that's where the problem lies. That's where the problem lies. And someone wants to quiet on herself and relax on herself. That's when they for do. A lot of men them for talk to them youth. Because the youth them will always come on. The child will always go to the parent who's the sophist and tell that parent bullshit. So whether the father who's the soft one, or you have some father who's soft, you know, them just pamper them youth, you know, and just a woman them want do it, you know, or the man them do that rubbish there too. See? But the child will always go to the parent who them see as a soft heart and chat fart to them. And it's you as an adult check it out for yourself. Boy, nah, man, I don't really feel say she would have do that or him would have do that. But you have some parents that is so mixed up. Yeah? I want to play like there's some holier than that, and them is wicked. Remember me tell you, you know. Wicked. Talk about everybody's ailments, but don't check them on. You understand me? And me's a man. And me tell everybody live pan radio. When me a boy, me love woman. Me still love woman now. I used to have a bag of woman when me young. I mean, I say it like me a brag about it. Me just tell you how the so it go. I mean, they like all of them. Me not just go woman because buff them. Some of them you like, you sit down with them, you reason with them, and you talk with them and rate it and all kind of something. And after that, children come. But me never disown none of my youth them yet. And sometimes that's what the woman them want you for do. When you don't do that, that's what them want you for do. Me know a brethren who do that. And right now I sit down and suffer. I suffer. When him dash with the one who was fame. You say them other one are not fame, you know, but the one that him live with now, none of them now no man esteem. No respect. You understand me? You don't know which one of your children is going to bring you water for drink. Remember me tell you. And sometimes it's not even the children them where you bring into the world. I go look out for you is the one them where you help raise. That's why Africans say it take a village to raise a child. So I give my love to every African youth. Whether me have them or me never have them. Me love them same way. Me not no favoritism because me bring child in the world and it's my youth and all them things there. My youth might end up come kill me. Excuse me. You understand me? We're living in dangerous times. How much time we take up people read about child kill parent and for money and all them something there. When parents them dead, family a fight over house and legacy and all them thing there. One child feels that they must have everything and nobody no forget nothing. And one bag of something. Enough of that go on. You see, at our Saturday school, every child that coming out of Saturday school, we love them equally. Including our children who go there. We don't love for we picking them no more than we love them. Sorry for using that phrase. But we don't love for we children them more than we love them. We love them all the same. And we give them the same amount of attention. Yeah? And if necessary, everybody get the same amount of discipline. You understand me? I remember, one night, a few years ago. I don't know how long ago, but it was a good few years. Could be a decade ago. I was watching, it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, this documentary came on. It was about Snoop Dogg. Now, I never read too check for Snoop Dogg. But it was doing like a documentary on it. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. And he had started this black youth team football thing, and American football thing. And they started up a big league and all them thing there. And what he would do, he would go around to families who were like parents, if it was just a dad one or if it was just a mom one, that type of thing. And he would fund the children them on this league. He would buy all their kits, everything. But he had one rule, that if the children them wanted to play in the games, their grades had to be good. So if them don't make the grade, none of them can play. And it worked very well. And in one of the series, in one part of the thing, his son, it was a big match coming up, I think it was a final or something like that, and his son for play. But when his son grades come, them wasn't up to match. And the son feels him was going to play because he was Snoop Dogg son. Him say, you're not playing. The same rule applies to you, my youth. You're not playing. Go on your yard. And from that, when I saw that, it made me have a level of respect for that guy. You see what I'm saying? You can't treat your children better than any other children in your community. It don't work like that. That's not our community. Well, yes, you love your children and you got a certain love for them. You love them. I love my children. Don't get me wrong. I love them really deep. But what I'm saying is, loving them and raising them in this environment is two different things. You can't just have your children them both the place there, and just have them do what them want to do, when them want to do it, how them want to do it. And when them flap up the place, right? Yeah? Right? and when them lock up the play, me I talk about, yeah. Them now do what them do. What them supposed to do. Right? And then you just reward them for inconsistencies. You can't do that. You're setting them up for failure. I'm telling you. Remember me tell you that. You have to have a balance. Yes, you got to support them on some of the things they like, but if they're not operating correctly in one aspect of the thing, you got to narrow down the other thing that they like. I say, well, boy, I'm not supporting that. Okay? Which brings you to my bring the viewers to my point. 12 o'clock one night, my son ring me up, and I tell me, say, first him ring and him said to me, what him said to me? Oh, I pa, him say, yeah. You know that I'm going to this, because I go on one football trip in him school. And him tell me, say, yeah, him need boots and him need money. That's exactly how he said it to me, you know. So I stop him and say, listen, my youth, you don't ring me 12 o'clock at night when me thinks there's something wrong. And at that you ring me and talk to me like that. Oh, sorry, pa, sorry, pa. I say, no. I say, start again. Bearing in mind, you know, just 2 months ago, I buy my football boots, you know. Or just 2 months ago, I buy my football boots, you know. For 60 odd pound. And to be quite honest, that wasn't the one I buy him, because him say him like that one there. But the one get him was slightly more expensive. But that one, no, I was thinking, but that one, no, you can wear it upon the grass pitch and you can wear it upon the astral turf. So I think sensible. Him say, no, that one there. No, him come tell me, say the one where him have not upon astral turf. That him tell me. When the boy asks me, when some says this boot here, no, where you want 100, me say, yeah, work. Eh? Me say, me not buying no £100 shoes for you. No way, no, oh, me not do that. And me tell you why me not do it. Because I say the very same man on our watch who a kickball, them don't even pay 10 pence for the one them with them wear. In fact, them don't pay nothing. The company them give them free because them no idiot like we, foolish people who don't have nothing, who struggle. I go waste them money and go spend them all upon money. I buy boot and trainers for them price for children. And that's what we do. That's what we do. Sometimes I not do it. So me say if you want it, here what you do. You save half of it out of your pocket money and me will give the other half. That me tell him. Me say save your half of the pocket money and me will give the other half. Bear in mind that me I give him pocket money anyway. Then him come try and say, yeah, I can't remember what him said to me, but we got into a conversation about him playing football. Then him say, oh, maybe one day we can play for England. I said, listen, my friend, no son of mine, we don't want no son of mine to play for England. And he said, oh, Pop, said, no. Me say, if you play for England and any African team you play against, me want you to lose. Me don't want you to win. And that's how me see it. Listen, you think them could have 11 black man in the English team, me still no want England win. Yeah? Because I'm not going to give the black man them the glory. Remember me tell you. Remember me tell you that. Me sit down and me watch them people here. Look at us the people them that enslave us, do all kind of nefarious things to us, and then we come and play for them and give them glory upon world stage. No black footballer should have played for France, Germany, Belgium, none of them. England, none of them. Cause not one of them turn round and apologize for them anger me of slavery and colonialism and neo-colonialism. Not one of them. Remember me tell you. For me son for go play for them. I said, no son, me no want you to win none at all. Me I tell you straight. That me say to him, me tell you straight, you can do well, but me no want you to win. Me say, listen, me born at this country, you know, me born to support West Indies. Me never support England yet. See? When me a boy. When a football we support Brazil. Why? Because Brazil had black players in it. That's why. Yeah? Me not support England in a nothing. Because England don't care about me and my people. England have no respect for me and my people. So why should I support them? Other people do it, and if they want for them do it, if I'm going to do it, that's fine. But don't expect me to be coming in no stand, sitting on watching you. I defend the enemy. Me no business higher. Me I stand firm upon that. So me say, you raise half the money and me give that half for your football boots. Next thing me know, I mean I tell the world, I mean I nothing to hide. The next thing me know, the mama send text, oh me hope say her son, my son she call him, you know, like a she one of him. My son. And there me go again. Knocking in confidence and boom boom and ask dead and the damn cow fat. And I tell people say, oh, me say me would disown my son if he play for England. This is how these women them behave. This is how they behave. Because it's their own twisted mind. I won't say I wouldn't disown my son, but I won't support him. It's simple as that. You can play for any African. Even if you say to me, oh, what could I play for? I say, of course you can play for Jamaica. You can play for Jamaica. You can play for any country where you just go naturalize and you can play for them. If you're that good, yeah, a player, and you have skills like that, you can play for anybody. You just have to leave and go naturalize, then you play for them. But you see, the slave mentality. The slave mentality. It's like I did a gig the other day, yeah, right? And it was about the Windrush. That was the theme of the comedy show. And me talk about the Windrush, right? Me talk about it, right? And when me I talk about it, see? When me I talk about it, you see me? When me I talk about it, the one me that pick pan one with white boy in the audience. It just happened. I wasn't being like facetious with him or anything like that, but I was just picking on him. You know, just to kind of work with the things I was talking about. And one black girl, must be about 3-year-old baby, I allow him now. If you tell her to shut her mouth, who should I talk about love? We're always apologetic for them. We're always sympathetic for them. Let me tell you from now, white man control things in this country and on planet Earth. As bad as see the Chinese man now go on and all him something there and think he might come true, him soon take over. But him not dead yet. At the gringo them run things. Right? Pana economical, pana cultural, pana religious, pana educational, right? Pana military basis, pana psychological basis. Yeah? Them control things pana genetic basis. With them genetic warfare. So you think you're playing with some idiot. So when you want your youth them to go and kick ball and do, you know, see what happened to Webenik, the boy in America, the big time footballer. No, him can't play for nobody now. Because him choose not to kneel for the wicked. Because him see them a hypocrite. And that you want my son for run up in her. And that you promote. And attack on the fart. Sometimes you have to shut up on the mouth. When man talk to them youth there, you have to just defend it, man. And it's easy in yourself. And that's why these youth them end up get messed up out of the road. You can tune to the Nubian Phone People's Talk Show. Live here on the Rock 926.com inside with the Prophet Kwaku. Yeah, you can send your texts in. Yeah, 079 07 539 695 245 inside the Prophet Kwaku.
Lord have mercy.
Stay tuned, stay locked to the Prophet Kwaku on the Nubian Forum People's Talk Show.
Lord have mercy. The bona fire banner we got Babylon and the free talk could have never get me down. And though they
You hear that?
use me and abuse me, I leave
We must be strong black people.
me bona fire banner we got Babylon and the
Now, not enough of you
never get
have people
and though they try to use me and abuse me, I leave them
supporting this system here. But sometimes you do it
goes for so long and them plan
and you don't want to do it.
me never get paid.
The fact of the matter is this:
Of all they stole away, how many lives them slain? Now they work
you can't have
them face. Why
your children
you want you could
defending and bigging up
cause after
the
we
very same people them that try to destroy them.
and all those false doctrine that you
And even if they do, why should you support it? Alright, them live here.
books you say,
Them gonna do certain things and them are going to represent.
those kids you
But
let
if them buck up on any African or Caribbean
men day.
opposition, you know,
Me bona fire
me I support the opposition.
and the free talk could have never get me down.
I don't support England in nothing. Never have.
And abuse me, I leave them with a frown. Me bona fire
You see, when the Englishman, them they abroad, you know, them still support England, you know. Oh, you think they must stop support England?
see ya. Get the youth me, I beg you be white.
07
Pirates and we strike mine.
5
I want come trick you with them black.
3 9
But big
695
got some things get you big.
245.
It will get you
Big up Nevs, home of the 8 panels.
fire burn a week.
Every Saturday down there,
Free talk could have never get me down.
Brixton Station Road.
And abuse me.
Yeah, Nev, y'all have had on the station now.
You burn a fire burn a week.
Yeah, big up yourself, Lorraine and Nairobi.
Fire burn a week.
Yeah, me know so 2 songs was playing earlier.
Could have never get me down.
You see the thing about it, you know?
To use me.
The thing about it, black people, right? The thing about it is this, you know. You know, we have to just get serious. I'm not saying that we must be serious all the time, but we're living in serious time. Yeah? We're living in serious times, and we can't take things for joke. You understand what I'm saying? A serious times are living in, you know. Yeah? And we can't take things for joke. We have to be serious as a people and understand that the times we're living in is critical times. We're at a juncture right now that if we as a nation of people don't get our head out of the sun, we're bleeped in the next century. You understand what I'm saying? So all this pussyfooting around with your youth them and all them thing there is why half of our youth them ain't got no manners on road. Yeah? Right? It's why half of them ain't got no manners on road, and it's why half of them might get killed. Yeah? Because we're not preparing them for the terrain that they live in. We want some fantasy business. Some fantasy of how to raise children. You understand me? And using them like, say, yeah, boy, I got control of me. I saw them go on. Sometimes release you them. If a man wants to have access to his children and a man wanna be involved in his children's life, you don't have to be up in it and them thing then dictating the parameters. As long as the man ain't abusing the children and doing all kind of something, bring them around and all them something there. But who no want to come tell man where them can bring them youth on, who them can go amongst and all them something. I pure them look at something them go on with. And breed some negativity. Right? Between all the youth, them and them siblings and all them something there. It's them the kind of wickedness, them the kind of little nigger, nasty. And I mean, so all time people call them nasty nigger business. You understand? Them the kind of something them go on with. So when you see certain things and you hear certain things, you have to really sit back, because there's three sides to a story. There's three sides, to a story, There's the two opposition side, and then there's the truth. And when you hear the story of them, you can discern the truth for yourself. Because enough people are pray themselves like them some holy than thou be smaddy. You understand? All my nakedness in the world, I'm not feel no way if you say it. But some people want to play like them holy than thou. And them dirty more than other people. And corrupt more than other people. And that's why I hold we back as African people. That's why I hold we back. We don't support enough of our things. You understand me? We put everything in other systems. So I want to big up Nubia. And I want to big up Nubia because Nubia has just had their annual general meeting, our AGM. And one of the greatest things that's happened for me in Nubia is to sit down and witness us turning over the running of the school to previous students. Students that came up from them a 8-year-old, one who born there. And them go through and study and do them thing and get them papers and all them something there. And now they've come back to run the school. And in the AGM, our two chairs stepped down and we initiated the younger generation to run the school. That's what we're talking about, progress. It's small, but it's progress. They're Africated children. They're not children who's wrapped up in Eurocentrism. Yeah, they would probably watch football or doing a couple of them little things. So you live here, innit? But it doesn't consume them. They know who they are, what they are, where they are, and what they need to do. Right? And I want to say big up to their parents too. You understand? Because if it wasn't for the parents, right, to help and also have faith in our abilities to help them raise them children, they probably wouldn't have come back to the school and give nothing. Because a few haven't. But they have. They've made that sacrifice because they've drank from the fountain and they want other youths to. So children that was my student when they were like 8, 9 and 14 and 15 and 16 and all them, when they was my student, my children is now their student. And me love it. Me love to say my youth them having to listen to them and them show them certain things. Because that's how it's supposed to work. And I have no issues with nobody administering discipline to any of my children if they're wrong. And discipline doesn't mean that people beat your children and abuse them. No, discipline means you talk to them hard and make them know, say, no, do them thing there. Because these children now are more intelligent than we were when we were their age. So when you communicate with them, they know exactly what you're talking about. You feeling me? They know exactly what you're talking about. And that's what progress is. That's why we do what we do. All these little privileges that we have, I say it all the time, every week when you hear me chat this thing, I say all the while when you hear me talk this thing, the privilege that we have today is because people before us made sacrifices for those privileges that they themselves never enjoy, but we now enjoy them. So when we talk about reparations, we're not talking about no whole heap of money coming to us, no way. We're talking about the actual repairing the damage that has been done. When we're talking about reparations, that's what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about when we're talking about repertory work. Engaging with our children, sitting down with them and talking to them at early age. My last child will be 8, September 9th. Yeah? And sometimes when I speak with her, I have to wonder, am I speaking to a blasted 7-year-old? Because she's so intelligent. And you can have a very compact conversation with her. And she will ask you very pertinent questions. And think they're joking on. In fact, my 8-year-old gives me a better conversation than her brother and her sister, who's older than her. I'm telling you. She's more articulate. She can express herself. She can talk. She's so confident. And that whole genre, that age group there, they look at year 10, 6 and all them something. Even in the school, the younger children, when they talk, you have to wonder, where them learn to talk so? But that is down to the fact that they're this new generation, and also for their mothers. Because the mother do good work with her. But the boy, you have to push him. My son read better when he was younger than he does now. And it's only because he doesn't do enough reading. That's all it is. That they're smart like what? But we have to keep pushing them. Right? We have to keep pushing them. We can't ease up upon them. Hold on, I call that, man. Not sure. Oh, Tech Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
Yes, it's Paul calling from East London.
Paul, yeah, what, my brother?
Yes, man, yes, sir. I just thought I'd phone in to make an interjection, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir. Go through.
Yes, it touched a chord with me, what you're saying there. But let me make my disclaimer first, and that is, there are some very good women out there who do a very good job, hard-working, dedicated, and very balanced, you know what I mean? And just like there's some whatless blow-on men out there who don't give a damn about anything but themselves. They don't care. They just live their life according to how they feel. And that's it, you know what I mean? But I know you're not talking about that, and you're trying to achieve a balance. There's what I've experienced is that the children who are wrapped in cotton wool type children who, as the father in the house, like for instance, you might tell a young person, must spread his bed or open the curtains.
And wash the plates, empty the dustbin.
Right. That becomes a point of contention because the attitude of the individual is such that the mother feels that should be contention. Now, instead of saying to achieving a balance and supporting the opposition, I'm saying, well, yes, that's the right thing to do because, in order for you to learn about responsibility and being able to respond, this is where it starts. Mm-hmm. But then you realize a lot of people don't recognize that. They see it as you should not be asking for those menial tasks to do because it's menial. I will do it. But you doing it negates the fact that you're trying to teach that individual responsibility. Mm-hmm. So that starts in the home. And then that child grows up with that same attitude that one parent, whoever it be, the mother or the father, usually the mother, is going to do everything for me. She's going to spread my bed, wash my clothes, wash my ass, brush my teeth, and so on and so forth. Yeah, and unfortunately, they take that same attitude out into society. Mm-hmm, yeah, mm-hmm. It's like I am owed everything. Same attitude that they come with on the street. Mm-hmm. Like I am invincible. Everybody have to do for me. Watch me. My name's God. Until they run into the wrong person. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the next thing you know, after they run into the wrong person, that person who's just as corrupt and as nasty as them. Yeah. The next thing you know, the man is bawling around the graveside, right? But it's not to say that she hasn't been warned from the word go. I can tell you an absolute real situation, what you're talking about, to just cement what you say. You imagine you tell the man, look, you mustn't make them, you don't need to wear all them new clothes you keep buying him, them £100 trainers and so on, buying them £400. You don't need to keep doing that. But you're not listening. Next thing you know, you get robbed. You get robbed. So then you go and take your friends and go around to see the people who robbed you. And then somebody steps in and stabs one of them and murders him. Next thing you know, you're all in prison for life at the age of 14 for joint enterprise. Yeah? Everybody's bawling. Everybody's making up noise how wrong it is, so on and so forth. But then I thought to myself, hold on a minute. You were told from day one, stop making him wear them something there. Stop waking him. But no one's mentioning that. Nobody is mentioning that. You were told. They never, and when the sister rings up, right, and the sister wants to make noise about this and that, and then you have to remind them, but hold on a minute. I've been telling you from day one, don't buy him them stuff, don't make him wear them stuff out of doors, but you weren't listening to a damn thing, yeah? Oh, what's that got to do with it? What do you mean, what's that got to do with it? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? What do you mean, what has that got to do with it? And this is the kind of, the ignorance and the kind of idiot business this is going on out here.
You see, Brother Paul, the thing about is this, yeah? We are all trying to strive to raise our children in our community to be responsible human beings. You know, a child is supposed to go wear what they want and don't get robbed. I mean, you know, I wouldn't like for no say anybody rob my youth. But the point you're trying to make is a valid point. I think that the values that we put on materialism, we don't put that value on Africation. You know, Africating our children, getting knowledge, you know, in certain things. You know what I mean? We put value on menial things. Do you feel what I'm saying to you? And what I feel that we should do, yeah, from a mahatical point of view, our children need to know balance. If you do good in school, then we as parents will support you in any endeavor that you want to do, you know, any recreational endeavor. But if you're not performing at school, why should we be rewarding you? And then when they go on teeth and all them things, you wonder why. They have to know that there's a balance. You feel what I'm saying? They have to know there's a balance. As all as you say William and all them, but you know, so you think William them, you really think William them like dress the way them dress? You really think so? Them man they no want. Them boy they just come in like the other boy, them want follow the hooligan weird. But them can't. Because Elizabeth tell them and Charles tell them, hey boy, that's so we move, you know. And that's so you have to move. When you turn king or prince, a wheels and all them something, then you can change. But you see as things run now, I saw it run. And this will run for how much? 100 years. But I don't hear nobody complaining about that. You understand me? Yeah? But the minute we want to initiate things of a certain genre with our children, it's a problem. You bully them. Yeah? You treat them wrong. You know what I mean? Me in a day have a pussyfoot with no little flipping 13-year-old boy and play no little soft heart with no boy. And when the boy go to the road and boy trouble him, them can't defend himself. Eh? The man of know said, listen, I saw some things run. I know play a thing. You understand me?
Yep.
Remember one time me catch up with a white boy at school. But me afraid to fight the boy the time because him brother did that. Him have a big brother. I'm go home and tell my mother, my father tell me, say, don't bother come back here and tell me nothing. Let me kick you up when you come back in the house. Yeah? And me tell my brother say, right, come. And me and my brother come down to the school and school down. I say, where my brother there? And say, see him there. My brother stand up there, the boy afraid. And I put it on. When I put it on the boy, and the boy couldn't take me, I put it on him brother. Him jump in. And my brother just murder the two of them. You understand me? My parents weren't coming down to school for that. Really? Our children are growing up in a concrete jungle, in a place that's got a plan for them. They're building big hotels for them, and they call them prisons. And they're private now. Yeah? And they intend to put people in there, our people. And statistics shows that our children are more likely to end up in mental institutions and prison and this judicial system than any other group. So this is not no game. This is serious things. And when the other clap, that time when you want, you see them sit down there and a ball like water. Too much of it. Right now, I know. Right now, I know our brother is taking his child mother to court. He said, Kwaku, I didn't want to go into the white man court, but I'm gonna have to. I tried, but I'm gonna have to now. It's the only way I can see my daughter. Sorry, Paulie, they cut off. He says the only way I can see my daughter, I got to take her to court. Him summons our reggae. You imagine that? We have to go to the white man court to deal with our youth them. That's how these women them go on. You understand me? How different is that than a flipping plantation? Oh, Tep.
Yes, sir, Bob. I don't know what happened here.
It just cut off.
Yeah. No, it's a real thing you're talking about, brother. And I've thought about this for a long time. For me personally, it's hard for me, despite my own personal experiences, to put it on the individual. It's very hard for me to do that because I think a lot. You said earlier on the system has a plan, and the more I look at it, right? Because for those fathers in that position who have stood by and genuinely tried to fight the cause, you realise it's actually the system who's pulling the strings. It's the system, and what it is that, like you rightfully says, is that sometimes these women are weak and they take advantage, for their own personal reasons, as opposed to the family's reason, or as opposed to the fact that you're doing the right thing. They're not really interested in that. They're putting their own personal agenda before anything else, and that is what is wrong. And you know what? For those women or even men who don't allow their partners to see their children for their own personal gain, that's one of the wickedest things you can do. You know what I mean?
You know what? Right? Whether me love or me hate my children, their mother. Yeah? And I 4 of them have. Right? I wouldn't, if it was in my power, I wouldn't do that. There's no way I would do that. I wouldn't do that. Yeah? Let me tell you a story. My first youth, me did have to take our mother to court. Them time me a young boy in my early 20s. Me did have to take our mother go to court for access to my youth, Right? And she did go away for a good few years, and me did have my youth with me. Up until she was about this age, now, 13. And the mother come back and call me and said to me, boy, she wants to see you. I said, no problem. Go on, can go see her mother. And she go see her mother, and she come back, and she was happy to see her mom, because she miss her mother. But the mother did got run about when she was 5. And one day my daughter come to me and said to me, she want, Daddy, can she go live with her mother? So I was telling my mother about it, and my mother said, no, make her go. I said, no, Mama, I'm going to make her go. She said, no, make her go, I said, Mommy, me not think about now, Me I think about when she become a woman. Yeah? And if me don't make her go with her mother now, she would blame me for any problems she and her mother might have in the future. You understand me I say? So me nah stop her for go. Me make her go. Yeah? And me tell you right now, my youth, me did talk to my daughter some months ago. Right? And she wanna complain to me about something and say something to me. And me just turn, it was something to do with her child as well. I think it was my grandson. And me turn to him and said, that's why me make you call your mother. Cause me never want you to come tell me, say. And me the reason why you and your mother not get on. You understand me I say? Mm-hmm. Because those things can happen. You understand what I'm saying to you? So you have to allow them, that room to have that relationship long as the parent ain't abusing them, yeah. Because you have some little funny man out there and some little funny woman, and abuse them children and all them things. So we know all about them things, and them the people that we are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You see my David, and we have to be very aware of that, and we have to be very aware of the climate that people are going to bring their children in, because we're not fools. But may I talk about people who's responsible, because this is what's creating. I remember in the 90s when Nikoja and I used to do the show on Power Jam and Kumba and Garadino, and I remember we had a similar program like this once, and we spoke about the children. We said, if you don't deal with it, them same children are going to be the one who's going to come robbing and killing years later.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happening now. See them there?
Exactly.
That's
Absolutely.
what's happening now.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm dealing with?
And exactly, I absolutely agree with you. And I think there is a secret agenda. The conclusion I come to, because if I was to blame, look at the individual and take that as all women, which I don't. I would.
No, we don't, Paul.
No, we don't.
We're quite clear. We're quite clear about that. Remember, top of the show, I said the system has a plan for our children.
Yes, most definitely, but some men do. You can hear it in their language, and you know what I mean. Because that's the design of the system, and to be honest with you, I don't blame them. I tell you, I know it's, but I don't blame them because, that's the way they feel. They don't see the puppet master. They don't see it. They just see this person who's the target of their animosity or their frustrations.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's it. But because it takes time, you have to step back, and you have to step back with your pain. You have to step back with all your assault.
Mm-hmm.
and really think about it. And sometimes people ain't got the time to analyze it and think about it.
Mm-hmm.
But the conclusion I come to is that, it's the system, and it is the system.
Of course.
It's the system behind it.
You remember that tune that my man did? The system is a fraud. You remember that tune there?
Yeah, and why would the system do that? Because the system is based on divide and conquer, right? And it divides and conquers the family, especially the black family. It targets the black family very subliminally, through economics, through housing, through social welfare, through all kind of systems, education, right? You know what I mean? When you go to the school as the dad, right? The way they talk to you is like they fear you. As soon as you lift your voice, they're looking at you like you're the enemy. And that is deliberate. That is purposeful. Calm down. When you talk, calm down. We have to calm down. I'm talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Next thing they want to tell you about phone the police. Phone the police then. Phone them. I'm waiting here. I'm not going anywhere. And this is the kind of bullying tactic, the kind of attempts to undermine you they do.
Well, I had a scenario.
But hold on, Nico. Every so often, right? Because I can tell you hands on heart. I ain't talking from no hypothesis. I'm talking from experience. Every so often they meet somebody, them things ain't running one, right? They're not running with. And then when you go through all them things there, right? You want to see the cowardness of these people. The next stage after that, after they know that they can't intimidate you with the system or with police or anything like that, the next thing they try and do, is tell lies. Mm-hmm. Lies upon lies. Then you know they're absolute fraud. It's total fraud. And
Paul,
the system, like you say, total fraud.
I had a scenario like that once in my son, when my son was at the last year of his primary school, right? And a boy stepped on him and fractured it. And he sat down in the corridor or where the office is for about an hour in pain before them they call him mother. And then the mother called me and me meet her down at the hospital and him have a man in a cast. I was so mad. So I went up to the I left them, I took a picture of it and I went up to the school. Somebody said to the secretary, an incident happened with my son. She goes, oh yeah. I says, well, I'm of the overstanding that he was sitting around here for about an hour before you lot called the ambulance. No, before you lot called his mum. I mean, is there accident report? There was no incident report done or nothing like that. So I said, can I see the head teacher? So she go and call it a teacher, come out and say, she not have time for talk to me. Because what actually happened is, it was a new head teacher. The head teacher at that school for the best part of nearly 20 years was a black woman. But she ended up leaving because the demographics of that era has changed, yeah. And then they got this white woman, and when she come in, pure black people she have children she have mess with, yeah. And she said she could see me. So I said, could you tell her what it's actually about? And she went in. She told her, she come and says, yeah. She said she can't. So me just walk in our office, and me said to her, you mean to say? I said, you mean to say that my son is in hospital, getting a cast put in his hand? I've sent this message to you, and you tell me you ain't got no time to talk to me, to tell me what's happened.
Wow.
Oh, you need to come out my office, and if you don't, I'm going to call the police in 5 minutes. I said, well, let me tell you something from now. You call the police, because this is a black man not frighten the police. You call them, because me have to know what's going on today. Oh, you're getting aggressive. I said, yeah, I goes, typical of a racist. A man comes in there concerned about his child. So what happened? She called the police. It took about 15 minutes for the police them to come. So when the police them finally come, me sit on we don't call it fire, I wait. So police will come in. When she see the police, cause she see them a walk down, she run, come on. I want him out of here. So the policeman said, hold on a second, we got a call that somebody's acting irate. But the only person acting irate is you.
Mm-hmm.
So the man will come and say, Mr. Bonds, I said, yeah. He said, oh, can I have a word? And he go, what happened? So I told him what happened, and then what I did, I showed him the picture. And I said, she's telling me that she doesn't have to tell me what happened to my son, yet my son is in her care. Absolute
disrespect.
Yeah? Yet she's telling me. So he goes, yeah, I hear that, shoot, yeah, I'd have done the same thing, but she's the head teacher, and if she wants you off the premises, you have to leave. I said, well, I'm telling you in front of her, you got no power of arrest here. So I want you to tell her that you got no power of arrest. You're only here to keep the peace. And he looked at me and he looked at her and he says, he's right. I said, that's what I want her to know. She ain't got no power. She can't call you if you arrest me for nothing. And I'm inquiring something about my child. And in fact, right, this is a safeguarding issue. So I goes, you be hearing from my lawyers. Yeah. And me and the mother throw some whole letter upon them and get the whole kind of people half state upon them and one bag or something upon them. But that's what I'm saying, Paul. Some people would take, and you know what? The funny thing about it, I try to go around to all the parents and then I say, listen, this woman come here, she's a problem. We need to galvanize ourselves together, organize ourselves, and deal with her. They weren't interested.
No, because they're only looking after their own self.
Only looking at, but hear the wickedest thing now, yeah? When she jump on them now, and then them come to me, and them think, I say, well, boy, later. Because my son will leave soon, so me not really too partial.
Well, there it is then. You just confirm what I've said, Their biggest weapon is divide and conquer. And we are the most divided. That's why we're conquered.
That's right.
We are the most divided, yeah? And it's only when it knocks at your door you're interested. But when it's not at your door, you're not interested.
Because what I notice,
that's why you're conquered.
Yeah.
That's why you ain't got no power over your picnic then.
That's
because
right.
You're divided.
Because what I noticed in Paul when I first came there, I said, every day me see I'm one black parent. So me start talk to them. This is before something reached me still, I may try organize, but nobody was interested.
Divided, Bob. Divide and conquer.
Frightened, them afraid, Paul. Them afraid of white people. Them frightened of them.
But this is the tactics they use against us. That's why I can't blame the individual. It's the system. The system uses these tactics. You know what I mean? And slowly but surely, right? If you look at America and observe what position they're in now, there is man, right? I mean, I ain't reached this position. I feel that man should pay for his child and support his children. That's what I know should happen. Of course, you can't just have children and not support them. That's wrong. And if and I know women have to struggle, and that is wrong. That is wrong. But also, which is wrong, I mean, look at this brother who got shot in the back, yeah, in America, yeah. It was child support, right? He didn't want to go back to prison for child support or got him murdered, right? And that is lunacy. Do you know how many men is sitting in prison for child support?
In America, true.
Right? Now, most people be saying, said, yeah, that should happen. But hear what, right? It's gone past that now. It's gone so bad that you imagine you've never been in prison before, you never got in trouble. All of a sudden, you haven't got the money. You really physically haven't got the money because everything is about money there. Yeah? And it's so bad that you have to run from the police, right, and get shot 6 times in your back. That should show you there's something wrong. So now that child ain't even got a father to pay anything. You understand? And that is where this place is going because we follow behind America. So people need to watch that closely. Yeah. You know, it's got to a point where that system is used now because most of them systems, like you said, are privatized. Yeah. And institutionally racist.
Listen, prison is big business in America, Rasta.
Right.
Big
you got the
business.
2 together. Privatization. And like you said, it's coming in here. So they slowly, step by step, they've got privatization. Yeah. And we know they're institutionally racist. So they put them 2 together. You know what's going to be happening. And it's all part of divide and conquer. These people, right, have always worked that way. They've made their money on the back of exploitation and divide and conquer tactics, exploitation. But it's just unfortunate, right, when if you're with somebody and your heart is clean and you're trying your best, that they don't see that you are trying your best. And they then exploit the situation. And most of the time they exploit it very naively, not recognizing that it's going to have an adverse effect because it's the system who wants your child in jail. It's your system who wants to exploit your child. It's the system. Yeah? And they don't recognize that. So at the end of the day, you know, and I'm not saying because some people, some partners out there are whatless, absolutely whatless. I'm not talking about them ones. I'm talking about those who want to try and for one reason or the other partner, be it man or woman, is just playing stupid games. And the only people who suffer at the end of the day is the children. The children suffer. You know what I mean? And sometimes that individual who's playing them games put their own selfish interest before the child. And it happens too often. Too often. You know what I mean? So I totally appreciate and sit with you what you're saying, because what you're saying is absolutely right, and it needs to stop, because it's got to the point now where this is one of the factors why these children are out there thinking that they're untouchable, with this attitude of non-responsibility, not able to respond because no one's taught them how to respond. No one taught them to spread their bed when they get out of it. No, your mother's going to do it for you. No one told them to wash their clothes and take responsibility for that. No, your mother's going to do it for you. No one told you to close the curtain, open the curtains when you get up. No, your mother's going to do that for you. Your mother does everything for you, right? And the next thing you know, you're with a gal, you had a baby, and it looked all good. You drive a nice car, you look all good, you're handsome, you're young, and then the girl realizes you're worthless, you can't do nothing. So that's another factor, because you haven't taught that boy they're nothing. That if you're with a girl now, when they get a baby, if she wants a bit more, she don't just want the good looks and all the fancy talk, she wants you to take responsibility, and you can't do that because your own mother's done everything for you, including wipe your damn ass. And that's the reality. I can tell you that because I've seen it. I've seen it right blasted with me. You know what I mean? Even today. You know what I'm saying? Right? And they make the same mistake. I see the grandchildren, they're making the same mistake. Let the children do the things for themselves, man. Stop doing everything for the blasted children and grow them up like some idiots. They can't do nothing for themselves. Full of big talk, look good, talk good, but they're empty shells. And this is what's happening. A lot of them out there, they look good, yeah? They look very good. Oh, their hair is all cut, go barbers, they wear all the nice clothes, the nice car, but they're my empty shells. They ain't got no skills, can't do nothing. Can't really hold a real sentence together. We can't really discuss nothing because there's nothing in their head. Just fancy talk and look good. And this is what's happening, Kwaku. Seriously, man. You know what I mean? They've been through no real challenges. Everything's been done for them. Cotton wooled up. Foolishness. And this is a real problem. Broken families, divide and conquer, bro. But I totally, absolutely adhere with you on that. And how are we going to fix it? Boy, I ain't got the solution for that because it's deep now.
No, there's always a solution. There's always a solution.
No, there's always a solution.
There's always a solution.
Brother, I can't tell you the solution right now.
Well, you see, I can see the evidence of the solution. The solution lies in our children need to leave our homes and come to us. We need to have our own schooling system within the system that we live. I'm telling you. You see, if we have it, when I've seen the work that Saturday schools have done with children that they've had just on a Saturday. Just on a Saturday they've had them. When I've seen that, what it tells me, if we add them every day, what could we have achieved with them? You see what I'm saying?
No, I agree with you. I absolutely on point.
You know?
But from what I've heard, they've made it so difficult for us to achieve that because they don't really want that to happen. Divide and conquer. I've listened to. I remember listening to two headmistresses which had years and years of experience within the school, and they explained that they put a plan together, they put everything together, and the so-called authorities come up with absolutely every excuse under the sun. It clearly demonstrated to me that they, by any means necessary, they will try and stop us from having it.
I remember a few years ago when Dr. Les Henry and a few of other Africans got together and they put forward a proposal to have a free school. You know when they were doing that free school thing?
Yeah.
The white people them got it, but they didn't get it, and they were more qualified. They gave white people who were just parents. They never have no qualification to teach. These people were people who were qualified professors and teachers. They could not get the legislation, the go ahead, the license to have a free school. So can tell you about it.
And I can bet you, right, and this is just speculation, but from when I look around at the evidence, I can bet you a lot of those opposing it were black themselves.
I don't know. It was a look. The system is a gringo system. So whether somebody who looks like us represents it, it's the system. As you said earlier, it's the system. And as I said earlier at the top of the show, the system has a plan for our children, and we need to be planning to counteract their plan.
No, there it is. Say no more.
Yeah.
Say no more. But the trouble is, we're not. We're too busy watching each other's business. Too busy wanting to find fault with each other.
No, but there is works going on because I mean, look, Saturday coming, we're having the second Pan-Africanist Sports Day that we're organising with Afrika Bantu Saturday School, Al Kabelan School of Excellence, and Manud Academy West and North London, you know what I mean? So we are working together to get ourselves together, and these are institutions that's working with our children. Do you follow what I'm saying? We're not just working with children who are bad children who got themselves in trouble. We're working with children from a very, very young age, from ages of 5 upwards. You understand what I'm saying to you? And they are enjoying it. Funny, strange enough, we always get these little characters in the school, but we got a little child that came into the school a few weeks ago. But I never knew her dad, and she happens to be my cousin's best friend, daughter, and she came up to me in school a couple of weeks ago. She goes, "See, but you know my dad, you know?" I said, "Who's your dad?" So mum came to pick her. I said, "Who's her dad?" So when she told me who her dad was, I laughed. I couldn't believe it. So the same night I saw him, because my cousin and them was going out, and he come and collect me, and I went out with him that evening. And then I was talking to him about his daughter, and he said to me, "Kwaku, from the first day that she came to the school, she came back and told him everything she learned." He goes, she's been going to mainstream school for how long? She don't come back and tell them nothing. Every week she comes home is something new. He's learning from her what she learned at school. So the point I'm trying to make, there are works going on, and it doesn't only just go on in our school, it's going on in all different Saturday schools out there. And that's why I'm saying that people must support the Saturday schools. They must support them. Yeah, because we need their support. We need their support in big ways, so we can get our own buildings, and just take our children home and just start schooling our children ourselves. You know what I mean? Just schooling our children ourselves.
Well, I definitely agree with you. That's one of the solutions. It's absolutely paramount that takes place because, we can see that this educational indoctrination system isn't really working. It may be working for the few, but it certainly ain't working for the majority. And it really isn't. We can't keep fooling ourselves.
This system that we live in, my brother, is not a system that's designed for the collective. The system is is a selfish system. It's designed for the self. Yeah, you can be successful. You can, but not we can be successful. Do you follow what I'm saying? So what happens is it allows one and two people to aspire within the system, but the majority doesn't. So the majority is always trying to be that one that can get there, but it's only one that can get there. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so and it's meticulously orchestrated, and you know, people call us conspiracy theorists and all that, but I got the evidence. There's no conspiracy. I've seen it. Just like you've seen it, I've seen the evidence of this nonsense. I've been there before, and I see. You understand what I'm saying to you? And sometimes you just got to look beyond your own personal feelings and just deal with what needs to be dealt with. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes. No, I do.
Look, I'm going to tell you the truth. No. I don't care who for son, who for daughter is. Any of them play for England against any African team. Me not support them. I want them for lose. I'm going to tell you that straight, live and here. Good on me one of you. Me no business. Yeah?
I hear you.
I never supported England and I never will.
I just want to say this though, brother. Look, with all the challenges we face out here, going back to what you originally talked about these divide and conquer tactics that the system is using, it's really self-defeating if we allow those divide and conquer tactics to come between us, and if we take advantage of that just for our own personal agendas, because at the end of the day, no one's going to win. In actual fact, it's just a lose basis, and especially today more than any time before. And we see that, you know what I mean? Because, like you rightfully said, you pointed out that the prison system has become a private institution, so they're looking for the children. Let's talk about the vaccines, the pharmaceutical industry, who's looking to poison your children. Yeah. Telling you, trying to create laws to suggest that they'll give you the poison if you don't take it. Then you can't come into the school. So people need to sit down and talk about these issues and this stuff. So if you're just spending the time fighting against each other or developing tactics so the child can't see the father or whatever, these things ain't no good. Or can't see the mother. These things are just defeating the children. You know what I mean? And to create another round of slaves for these people to put in their institutions and live off of. You know what I mean? So I really, that point you made earlier is absolutely on point, and this needs to be drilled home that these behaviours have to stop, because these are one of the contributing factors to why we see this kind of behaviour on the street. It is, most definitely. Nobody can deny that. And if they do, they're absolutely in denial. Absolutely. So, keep beating the wall. And yes, I agree with you. We do need our own educational establishments, and we do need to support our Saturday schools and supplementary schools. We do. We need to support educating as opposed to, or Africating, as you rightfully say, our own children, and give them a form of Afronomics. We're not trying to give them...
Afronomics, Afronomics, man. Afronomics, Africation, Afrocology, Afrolosophy.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Everything is Africated, mate. You understand?
It's right, because another mistake we found, I keep saying this, right, that Robin Walker, I heard Robin Walker give an interview on Galaxy one time, and he said he was a graduate from the London School of Economics. I always thought to myself, well, how comes he ain't a specialist in economics? Because those people get good money. They get, you know what I mean? They go into investment around the world and they're getting big money. Yeah. So I started to look into economics, and then I realized, okay, just a little bit of research. There's different theories of economics, Keynesian economics, all kind of different theories they have, and they are theories. They're not exact sciences. And when you look at the history from 1924, the major collapse, you realize that a lot of these economic things like GDP and quantitative easing was all brought in because of the 1924 crash, because everything failed. And since that time, nothing's worked. Absolutely nothing's worked.
Well, right? Remember, when that crash happened, remember say America never have no goal, the The gold gone, you know. The
Right.
gold gone,
Right.
you know. So that's when they change it. That's when they change it and change it from gold now to the dollar. To paper.
That was 1950. Yeah, that was more current, brother. In actual fact, that was in 1953, I think it was. Around them times there, that was even more current. But it's all the same argument. The fact of the matter is the system of economics is not working. So that was. I always wanted to ask Robin Walker why he was an economist, and I got that opportunity to ask him at one meeting I had over Brixton there. Yeah. I knew what he was going to say. I absolutely knew. I worked it out already. And I got my answer. That's just I taped it. I put it on my phone because I knew you are a graduate of the London School of Economics, the most prestigious, but you're not an economist. That should tell you something. He must have realised it's all fraudulent. Absolutely fraudulent. So those people telling us that we need to get our economics together, they need to re-educate on it. We need to Afronomics. We need to Africate ourselves because their system ain't working and they know it. There's even economics, go on RT, there's even economics who come on and tell you, it's not working, it's not working. It's all fraud which is going on. All them bankers is robbery. It's all gambling and robbery they're doing. Nothing is happening. You didn't see the banks fail the other day and your tax money had to bail it out because it's not working. So you told me about economics. Go and re-educate yourself and learn what you need to do. And we need to re-educate the children as well.
Re-Africate them.
Yes, re-Africate them because at the end of the day, a lot of us will just go along to get along. That's all we are, man. We just hear something and we go along with it like parrots. We don't go and check it out, really. Oh, yeah, economics. Go and read economics. Go and read 1924 crash and read what happened since then. See what these people do. GDP. People talk about GDP. Even they will tell you GDP is not a measure of how a country's doing anymore. It's an outdated measure. This is what they say. Go and read it. It's not me saying it, it's them. Yeah, but you will hear our people, our misinformed people come and tell us about GDP, like as if they know. Yeah, quantitative easing just means printing money, and they got the printing machine, but that doesn't mean about creating business. Doesn't mean that anything's really happening. They're not creating no jobs. They're not creating nothing of any importance. Gambling among each other, creating all these utilities in the government to swap among each other until one gets it all crashes. That's what's going on.
All right, Paul. We just get a text in, and we're gonna read out this text here, and I forget us some details. But give thanks for your support all the way. Yeah.
Respect, man. I respect. Respect.
Yeah, the system is a fraud in a motor crowd.
The system, and if you walk uptown, the people them frown. The system is a fraud. Some of them reach half a tree. Them start to fret already. What a day when the pendulum swing. What a day when the well run dry. And the children ask you why.
Yeah, I got a text from, was it 242? It says, oh, come you now, big up the school. And now give bank details. My bonfire upon you, you know. Same, I have lost total contact with my son after they move house. Look on Facebook, evening. What would you suggest? I don't know if you send that text back again. Yeah. All right then. The our bank account details for Nubian, yeah, is with Nationwide, and our sort code is. Hold on, caller. You got literally seconds. Our sort code is 070093, and our bank account number is 7 3s and a 4. Yeah, and it's Nubian African Community Foundation School. Caller, you literally got minutes, seconds. Go on.
All right, only seconds. Okay. I thought the conversation was quite interesting. I think one of the primary concerns is when boys, either just as one child.
Lock it up, lock it in to your favorite radio station.